back to the
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Josh, and today I've got even more Madden 16 MUT information, realistically. So, as usual, when you start out MUT, each team is going to be given a collection to do, and it represents their team captain, so-called. And so each team is going to have a 90 overall player. Obviously, that player's not going to have that good of a base card, so they're obviously going to get that upgrade to the 90. So last year, to do the collection, you had to have that player, so whatever player that happens to be, as well as an elite badge, and then you had to fill out the rest of the team with players on that team to do the collection. So as you can see here, we got Roddy White, Leon Hall, Travis Kelce, Donald Penn, DRC, Damien Harris, Sam Shields, Jerry Hughes, Dedrick Morgan, Brandon Cooks, Kyle Rudolph, and Casey Hayward. Now let's get into some actual in-depth stats. I've got over half of them here for you guys today. Starting off, we got Colin Kaepernick. Definitely going to be I think one of the better cards in it. He looks really, really good. Definitely got all in the 80s, 87 throw short, 89 throw mid, as well as 83 throw deep, 97 throw power, and he's also a mobile quarterback. Definitely throws into a lot of it. Very, very good player. Definitely going to be something you see a lot of people most likely trying to get as a day one. So a lot of San Francisco players are going to go into that set. Definitely going to be something you want to go for. Up next, we got Donald Penn. So Donald Penn, 90 overall, left tackle. Now that's going to be pretty interesting. Donald Penn usually gets a Christmas card for out of position, and he plays tight end. Every once in a while, I remember he got a touchdown, I believe it was. I think it was a game-winning touchdown against the San Francisco 49ers last year. Pretty impressive. And yeah, definitely good pass. Very, very good pass blocker. Run block is right up there as well. Very, very good card. Up next, we have got Adams from the Colts, playing strong safety. A new addition to the Colts this year. I believe he's got a low 80s card in MUT and an 85 connected franchise. Definitely a good player. More of a coverage safety than a laying the boom safety. Obviously, as you can see, he only has 27 hit power, but 92 zone as well as 90 play rec. 77 hit power, which is still decent, as well as 90 play rec and 92 zone. Definitely a good player. Following him, we are going to have Bruce Irvin of the Seahawks, I believe. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but this guy is going to be one of the most likely sought after cards because of the 91 hit power, 95 power move, 84 block shed, 93 tackling, 83 play rec, a 90 speed, 93 acceleration. Very, very, very good card, it looks like, to date. Probably one of the better team captain cards to date that I have found. Up next, we have got Brandon Cooks of the Saints. So Brandon Cooks, very, very fast guy, 96 speed, 95 acceleration. The guy's only 5'10", but he has 90 jumping, so pretty good. Release is only in the low 80s, 88 route running, but all the catching sets are there. Very, very good. Definitely a card that's going to be not as sought after, I don't think, compared to some of the other cards. Just because of the height would be one factor. And he's not a return man, unfortunately, so that's going to be where I kind of see him dry out. Following, we got Chong Li, right outside linebacker for the Cowboys. So the Cowboys got another player, another really good player. Chong Li got only in mid to low 80s card this year. He was injured for all of last year, got injured in training camp. Hopefully he'll be able to play this year. I was kind of disappointed not to see him play. One of the better tacklers in the league. A very good player, very good tackling, very good power moves, very good block shed as well, good pursuit, even something in the 80s for zone. Definitely a card I would be looking at possibly for my right outside linebacker. I use my right outside linebacker a lot, so I like to have some good speed, decent catching. He had 79. Up next, we got Alfred Morris, the halfback for the Redskins, another very good team captain card. don't think this guy will be that sought after, especially considering you could probably get like elite badges are going to be very expensive. I think that you'd be better off looking at just even getting like a downgraded version of that player for something cheaper, and it's going to probably put out the same thing. Arian Foster or Eddie Lacy, they're going to be able to put out the same thing more or less, I think, of what this card can do. Yeah. So up next we have got Chris Clark, the right tackle for the Broncos. Very good pass blocking stats as well as run blocking stats. Very, very good. Unfortunately, only a 79 on the impact block, but a very good strength 92. I definitely like this card. Once again, I don't think it's going to be that sought after. I think it's a good card. I just don't think it is a high value card. When you're going to be able just to purchase like high profile tackles for roughly the same price, and then you want to jump through hoops to do the collection. Up next, we have Marks, the D tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another card that I was interested in looking into 72 speed, little getting kind of up there, but I don't like his stamina and injury. It's in the yellow. It's an 89 injury, 85 stamina. Good power move and pursuit. The block shade could be up there a little bit more than his play rec and tackling, and they're just not up to code for what I'd like to see in a 90 overall defensive tackle. Up next, we have Terry Hughes, the defensive end for the Buffalo Bills. Another very good card, 85 speed, 91 acceleration, very good coming off the edge. Good in the finesse move, block shedding, if it was a little bit more, definitely would be another lethal player. Good pursuit, definitely a card that is going to be very decent. Not sure if it'll be, once again, a sought-after team captain card, but definitely a possibility on a card that people might be interested in seeing. Damien Harris is up next. I believe he is a defensive tackle for the Jets. Not one of the better ones, but not one of the worst ones. Definitely good. One of the best block shedding I've seen. An 85 hit power from a D tackle, as well as 89 power move, 90 play rec, 98 tackling, and 95 pursuit. The only problem, he is very slow. Not even 60 speed, so that's one problem I have with him. Besides that, he's a very good defensive tackle. Definitely a card that could be a little bit more sought after. Next we got Casey Hayward, the left end, or Cameron Hayward, my bad, for the Steelers. I remember using his Football Outsiders card. It was like an 86 overall when the game originally came out. Definitely a good card. Offered a lot. Very good power moves, hit power, block shedding, and tackling. Play rec is right there too, as well as pursuit. If he was a little bit faster, like an 80 speed, definitely would be a very sought after card with the stamina, pursuit, and strength he has. Definitely a card I might look into getting myself. Might be fairly sought after. Not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. Up next, we've got Osemele, the left guard, I believe, for the Ravens. And himself, one of the best run blockers in the game. Pass blocking is his downfall. And that's where I think this guy is just not going to be sought after at all. He's like, unless you're going to do the Master Collection. But realistically, when you think about it, for me, it's... especially when you're a guard, run blocking is obviously a little bit more important. You get some support at left tackle with the center. Either way, I just don't think this card's going to be sought after that much at all by people. Now, Dominique Rodgers Cromartie. This is a different story. I definitely think this card is going to be one of the more sought after cards this year. 93 speed, 98 jumping when he is already 6'2", 76 catching. Right up there, 97 speed, 90 zone, 83 play rec, and only 79 press. That's where I kind of draw the line with the 79 press. I'd like to see my guys with 80 press, at least. Definitely a card I am going to consider going after. It's going to really depend for me on how I feel press is in this game. Up next, we got DAngelo Hall. Right off the bat, I'm noticing his speed, awareness, and jumping are fairly low. Now, that's not normally a big problem. Like, speed, yeah, awareness and jumping aren't usually a big deal if the corner's, like, decently tall, like 6'1", 6'2". Unfortunately, Leo Hall's 5'11". I think that's where he's going to come in. Only in 87 man coverage, so that's where I kind of draw the line. I use a lot of man coverage, and I think this guy might be somewhat sought after for guys who run zone and a lot of press. Besides that, I'm not too sure what people are going to be looking for in him. Up next, we have Kalil, the center for the Panthers. Now, I'm just going to flat out say it, no one wants this card. It's a center. You can get centers are like the last thing usually people upgrade in this game. And I just don't think, like, his stats are pretty good. Like, definitely a very good run block. Pretty good in the pass block as well. Stamina, strength, awareness, everything's there. Except the problem is he's a center, and people just don't want to waste their coins early on in the game on a center. It's just how it is. Following him, we got Cushing from the Texans. I know a lot of people have been looking for the Texans one. I've actually found it very one of the last few guys I found. But looking into his stats, right in the middle, kind of there for speed, good acceleration, stamina, and injury. Tackling and hit power, definitely up there. Good power moves and block shed, so if you send him on a blitz, definitely going to be there. Good pursuit, great play reg, and he's actually got 78 in the zone. I know it says red, but I think that's pretty decent. Another card I would consider. Don't know if he's going to be sought after a lot, but I definitely like what he is bringing to the table. And lastly, we've got the Gibson, the free safety for the Browns. Definitely a card I'm going to be looking into. I really liked him in Madden 25, as well as last year. Very good card. Not the fastest guy in the world, but can catch. He's right up there. Very good in the zone coverage. He could use a little bit more play rec, I think. Decent hit power as well, so definitely going to offer something for people. Don't know if he'll be that sought after, though. That's all I've got for you guys today. Went through a bunch of team captain guys for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. Once again, these videos are taking a lot of work for me. I've been spending hours on them just to make sure I can bring the information to you guys. Please consider subscribing so you guys can check out all my Madden 16 content and everything else. That's all I've got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day.